Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Ganjei, how long did you work for Senator Cruz?
Senator, I worked for Senator Cruz for 3 years.
Okay. Did you work closely with him?
I would say so, Senator, yes.
Okay. Is it true that Senator Cruz can burp the alphabet backwards?
Senator, I've been instructed not to reveal that.
Is it true that growing up, Senator Cruz had an imaginary friend who his parents actually preferred?
Senator, I have no such knowledge.
Okay. What article of the Constitution calls for checks and balances?
Senator, I think checks and balances is inherent in the first 3 articles of the Constitution, which gives to all of them different powers and responsibilities.
Okay. Mr. Peterson, welcome. Tell me how you amend the U.S. Constitution.
Senator, you amend the U.S. Constitution pursuant to the procedure found in Article 5.
Could you speak into that mic, please, sir?
Sorry, Senator. The Constitution is amended pursuant to the procedure in Article 5, and that is a two-thirds vote of both the House and the Senate, and then ratification by 3/4 of the states. There's also a constitutional convention method, but that's never been used.
Okay. Mr. Fowkes, how are you?
I'm doing well.
What's the warrant requirement?
The warrant requirement states that any person who is going to be arrested should have a warrant. The police should seek a warrant for that person to arrest them. There are exceptions to the warrant requirement, including exigent circumstances, which are usually followed up in Arkansas with a probable cause complaint and an affidavit and warrant in support of that.
What about to search someone? Do you have to have a warrant?
Yes, that is.
Let me amend that. Does the warrant requirement apply to search and seizure?
Yes, according to the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution, there shall be no unreasonable searches and seizures without a warrant. There are obviously exceptions to that as well, including the Carroll-Ross doctrine for movable objects, exigent circumstances when time simply doesn't permit to be able to seek a warrant from a magistrate or a judge. But yes.
Could Arkansas decide that it doesn't want to follow the federal rule, that it wants to require a warrant for all arrests and all searches and seizures with no exceptions?
They certainly could, Senator. However, as a prosecutor for many years, I understand that those exemptions to the warrant requirement are important for public safety and for law enforcement safety.
How could Arkansas do that?
Arkansas could pass a law with the state legislature to say that a warrant is required for every arrest that's made throughout the state of Arkansas. And obviously, that would be subject to challenges in both state and federal court.
And if Arkansas did that, why doesn't the supremacy clause overrule Arkansas?
It certainly would be an argument if that was challenged in federal court.
Well, who would win?
I'm not sure, without knowing more facts about how the statute was drafted and being able to examine exactly, the type of legislative interpretation that goes along with that. So without more facts,
let me give you these facts. You recited correctly the warrant requirement and the exceptions both for arrest and search and seizure. Suppose the Arkansas legislature said, we appreciate the advice, but we're not going to follow it. We're going to require a warrant for both arrests and for searches and seizures, okay? And somebody challenged that under the supremacy clause. Who would win?
I'm not sure that I've ever thought about that in depth, Senator, but I think it would be a strong challenge to that state law, and I think it would be.
What if Arkansas construed its state constitution to require a warrant for both arrest and search and seizure?
I think it would be the same analysis, whether it was a law that was passed by the state legislature or an amendment to the Constitution.
Why couldn't Arkansas Have you ever heard of the adequate and independent state ground doctrine?
Yes, Senator.
Why wouldn't the adequate and independent state ground doctrine apply there?
That certainly would be an argument that one of the parties could make in support of that Arkansas state law. And again, I think it would go back to legislative analysis and determining all the factors that go into that as to whether that law would withstand the scrutiny from the court.
Okay, thank you, councilors. Senator Whitehouse.
Thank you, Chairman.